Hey everyone, I'm Stokely, and here's the situation. You've been working on your sidearm, but still the disc flies with too much flutter. Now you've learned that that's typically caused by the disc not having enough spin, but you're following all the instructions correctly on how to throw the sidearm. But you notice one potential problem, and that is your wrist doesn't cock all the way back. Whether it's age or a past injury, you have limited mobility in your wrist and the disc is wobbling. What do you do? Now, this is one of those videos that isn't going to apply to most players. But if this is the problem that you're having and why, this is a game changer. This could literally be the difference between not having a sidearm and having one. Before I get into the solve, first, with the sidearm, you must intentionally and deliberately spin the disc. This isn't like the backhand where as long as you plant first, the disc will spin enough, or call it snap. With the sidearm, spin is something you must do on purpose. There's a number of factors that go into this, but the most important one is your wrist. When you throw the sidearm at the furthest point back in the backswing, your wrist cocks back. And then at the point of release, you snap your wrist. That is the most important thing when generating spin. Now, there's a lot of players out there, due to age or injury, or I guess there could be any number of reasons, but their wrists don't cock back as far as they need to. If you lack wrist mobility, you're going to have a hard time generating enough spin on the disc. And the solve for this may be in your grip. Now, I'll put a link down below. I've done videos all about grip, sidearm, and backhand. But the thing with grip is there is no such thing as a correct grip. When it comes to grip, you want to have a strong, consistent, predictable release. That's what matters. And there is no one grip that'll work for every single player. Different shaped hands, different length fingers, different flexibility, different strength. There's no universal grip. Grip is personal. However, all things being equal, gripping the sidearm with 2 fingers is better than 1. The reason why is when you're accelerating on the throw, 1 finger just isn't as strong as 2. 1 finger doesn't offer the resistance that 2 does when you're trying to snap the disc. So typically as a starting point, you want to either put your index finger on the rim, middle finger above it, middle finger on the rim, index finger above that, or even the middle finger on the rim, index finger bent. All 3 of those are 2-finger grips. This is a 1-finger grip. This finger's not doing anything to propel the disc forward. And in fact, that's also a 1-finger grip. If there's a gap between these 2 fingers, this finger's not using or being used to throw the disc. 2 fingers are better than 1. However, if you lack mobility in your wrist, one way to compensate for that is to take the middle finger off and just throw off the index finger. As soon as you do that, you're going to be able to extend back farther and snap the disc more. You lose a little bit of strength. 2 fingers is better than 1, but you more than make up for it with the increased mobility. So try this. If your wrist doesn't bend much, try throwing just off your index finger. It may be a game changer. Now keep in mind, 2 fingers is better than 1. So once you've been throwing the sidearm for a while, it is possible that simply from use, you will begin to develop more flexibility in your sidearm, and eventually, maybe your wrist will cock back where it needs to. Well, as soon as it's doing that, get that 2nd finger on there, and you're going to even gain more distance. But in the immediate, index finger solves for a wrist that doesn't bend enough. Click down below to subscribe. More videos coming.